So I've reviewed Mr. Voice, Hella, the Lich, Krampus, and Steppenwolf twice, but Frollo is still somehow the horniest villain I've reviewed.
I shall reign triumphant.
Buenos dias, children.
Son.
Hell, you're all gonna be doing that.
Welcome back to Villain Review episode 82, and today we have Judge Cloud Frollo from the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Shout out to General Grievous himself for suggesting Frollo and for everyone who voted for him on the poll. After this video, make sure to go vote for episode 83. How good of a villain is he? Let's find out. Cool, let's do it. So Frollo is an evil dude, okay? I'm talking so evil that he would kick a kid in the face just to snag a PS5 and then scalp it for like $5,000. Serving as the Minister of Justice for the city of Paris, Frollo is a very unjust ruler and is oftentimes very cruel to the people he's supposed to be helping. He's not the villain Paris deserves, but he is the one that it needs for a really good Disney villain, and honestly, he's one of the best ones to date. Going to the start of the story, Frollo is a very religious man with an immaculate skincare routine because look at him, it's been like 20 years between these two pictures and he looks exactly the same. Viewing the city's gypsies as insects who have just messed everything up, Frollo makes it his personal mission to destroy all of them, including Quasimodo's mother. Successfully completing this goal by pushing her down a single stair, Frollo is left with baby Quasimodo and he intends to drop him down a well. However, before he can do that, the Archdeacon shows up and goes, well, Frollo, I see you want to kill that baby. And Frollo goes, yep. And Deacon goes, nah, man, you can't do that. You gotta take care of him now or else those statues are gonna get really pissed. So then Frollo goes, okay, I guess, but like, who's he gonna stay with? Not it. Damn it. From there, Frollo takes care of Quasimodo by bringing him some food, sometimes here and there, but he still wants to kill all the gypsies, especially Esmeralda, who he also kind of wants to bang, I think. Bang like this, but also bang like this. This is in a Disney movie, guys. That is crazy. So I think the origin for Frollo is pretty good, and I think the whole flashback scene is really important. It shows that Frollo has always been a power-hungry and overall just evil dude, so it kind of serves as the explanation for it. Here we see an individual who is just evil, and they don't really need a reason why because they've always kind of been evil, and we've all seen people like that, like they do exist. It's cool to have a Disney villain who's so evil, like, without reason, because a lot of the other villains, they did kind of all have reasons, so it makes Frollo stand out, and I really enjoy that about him.
The world is cruel. The world is wicked. It's I alone whom you can trust in this whole city.
The motive here is also really good because it makes complete sense for the type of religious zealot villain that he is. When it comes to getting rid of the gypsies, it makes sense for Frollo because the way they live their lives doesn't really fit with the insanely strict religious lifestyle Frollo believes to be the only one that is the true way to live. While it does make sense, I think that if this was his only goal, I would be a little disappointed, but luckily the movie is strengthened so much with that Frollo-Esmeralda dynamic. The gypsy genocide alone is evil, but it makes Frollo feel a bit one-dimensional, but luckily this problem is solved when you bring in Esmeralda. The bang or burn dynamic makes Frollo seem a lot more real as a character because it makes him so much more than just a corrupt religious figure. Instead, it shows that Frollo feels things he doesn't want to feel, and seeing that conflict inside of him is one of the biggest strengths in the movie. There's a passage in the Bible about, oh, if your hand's gonna make you sin, cut it off, but Frollo is too proud to admit that he's the problem, and instead he sees his own lust being something that Esmeralda is responsible for. All of those scenes where Frodo is like smelling Esmeralda or like simping in her Twitch chat, they're all just really creepy and they make me hate him, but for a villain, that's kind of a good thing. While it is a creepily weird dynamic in the film, I think his relationship with Quasimodo shouldn't be ignored. I like that for most of the movie, Frollo does just enough to keep Quasimodo as an ally for the sole purpose of getting some use out of him later. I don't know about you guys, can I get personal with you? I've had a lot of fake friends in my life who have tried to kill me atop gargoyles, so it's nice to see that represented in film. Of course, we need to talk about Tony Jay, who actually plays Frollo, because he does a really good job here. In the performance, we see that elegance and calmness one might expect out of Frollo, but we also get that really sinister and creepy side of the character, And I really like that balance. He might not seem to be very exciting, okay? He might seem like, I don't know, boring old man who's all strict and weird. But that's because Frollo never really shows his true colors except for in those rare scenes like Hellfire and the film's end. It makes him a lot more dynamic, and the quiet moments of stillness make the louder moments so much more explosive, and they really stand out.
Back from the dead. Another miracle, no doubt. I shall remedy that.
So if you've seen a lot of these past villain reviews, going back to my 5th one, you'll know that I love villain songs. And a lot of the time they are my favorite songs in the whole movie, sometimes the best scenes. Disney obviously has some classic villain songs, but Frollo has probably the best villain song of all time.
Desire is turning me to sin.
Hellfire is honestly the best song in the movie, and I'd say honestly it's probably the best scene in the whole entire movie as well. The song is just so dark, and it's shocking that Disney would even have a song like this. The animation is phenomenal, and with more creepy Red Hoods than Jason Todd, everything in this scene is just really good. We see Frollo's true thoughts about everything in the movie thus far, and especially that conflict he's going through, and I love how it's portrayed in the film. The idea of being his or burning is right on brand with Frollo as a character, and you see the actual horror on the guy's face when facing allegedly hellish thoughts. It's a great moment for Frollo as a character and for Disney, and I'm just so happy that they have this in the movie, and it shows that Disney movies can be mature with the subject matter.
God have mercy on me.
While Hellfire is easily the best scene around town, that is not to say he doesn't have other good scenes. In fact, I would say that most of Frollo's scenes are really enjoyable, mainly because of good writing and Tony Jay's performance. Frollo is a character who is just as good by himself as he is when he's interacting with other characters, and that too can sometimes be rare. I think the movie as a whole is kind of decent, it's kind of whatever. But the one reason you need to watch this movie is for Frollo and for all these great scenes. And if you haven't seen it, I recommend it. At least watch it once. At least watch it one time just for Frollo. He's that good. He's honestly one of the best villains you can find in a Disney movie. Unless you've skipped the entire video thus far, you will know that Frollo is a very evil character. Going back to his motive, let's talk about how he wants to kill a baby in the very first scene. And from there, it's all downhill. And one of the deleted scenes for the movie, I bet you guys don't actually know about this. It's very undercover. He actually bans the sale of all music in Paris, except for Chance the Rapper's Big Day. Guys, he is a really evil dude. I think the thing that pushes Frollo to these crazy, evil choices is that he will do literally anything to get what he wants. Kill a baby, punch a nun, he'll do whatever. He uses this whole disguise of religion in the movie, but really, it's just a disguise. Someone as religious as Frollo should be doing good things, like making everyone listen to Chance the Rapper's coloring book, right? An actual good album. But instead, he does the exact opposite, and he's just terrible to everyone. So not only does Frollo do a lot of evil things, but he also ruins something that's supposed to be pretty good. If burning down a whole entire house with the family, with the baby, with the little puppy still inside, the corruption of something really good and just happy like the church is something really twisted, and it is undoubtedly a terrible thing to do.
20 years I have been taking care of the gypsies, one by one.
Frollo is one of those super evil, bad to the bone type villains, and it fits him really well. I love his motives because they are super evil and creepy, and I don't want to say I love evil and creepy things, but guys, I'm talking about a villain, okay? You get it. Honestly, Hellfire is 10 out of 10, and it's an awesome song, probably the best villain song of all time. And even if you haven't seen the movie, go watch a clip or something, YouTube that, man. Look it up, you gotta see this song. In general though, Frollo has a lot of good scenes, and he's super evil as a villain. I really enjoy him. I'm gonna give Frollo a 9.
And he shall smite the wicked and plunge them into the fiery pit.
Thank you so much for watching today's villain review, and as always, hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed it, because I make a new villain review every single Monday. That's a lot. Thank you again for watching, and let me know what you think of Frollo in the comments and who I should review next. Go vote for the poll. Thanks again. Cool. See you later. Bye.